One thing I've learned, slow but sure, is attending like service officer school and the department conventions and everything, sitting down and talking to people like Bobby or other chapter commanders and everything, it doesn't take you very long to realize there's an extreme amount of talent and experience in this department. And a lot of it's not too far away from Orlando. I mean, it's, so, I wasn't prepared to say this, it's not in my notes, but Tom Powell, he's reached out to Vieira to get more experience in the service officer area than what Chapter 16 does. I applaud you for that. I've always said, when I've had little groups down here or whatever, one person can't do it all. It takes a team, it takes the membership to get things done. Well, there was one guy this year that tried to prove me wrong. I think we all know who that was. I mean, anything and everything this chapter, and I mean anything and everything this chapter did, had Butch's fingerprints on it.
I just want to say this. For those of you that are aware and aren't aware, you're going to find out shortly that I'm no longer going to be serving as the adjutant for Chapter 16. There is nothing behind that other than it's time. I'd just like to come, enjoy the meeting, sit back, help in other ways. I am, one of the trustees elected. Tom Powell here has graciously accepted to be the adjutant for next year. Tom and I spent a couple hours this morning. It's only for the better of the chapter that someone else learns the ins and outs of being the adjutant. We aren't going to slip back. We'll just keep on trucking. Tom has taken every phone number of mine that he could get a hold of, be it here, be it my house in Tennessee, whatever. But I just want to thank. I've been here. Whenever Chapter 104 merged, I ended up coming here and becoming treasurer. I did that for a while, then treasurer adjutant for a while, then adjutant. It's time, that someone else learn the ins and outs. And again, I will be here. You're going to see me. I'm still going to be active at fundraisers, etc. So it's time, for someone else.
Commander Norman Butch Liefers. Senior Vice Commander John Turk. Junior Vice Commander John DeCesare. Treasurer Jim Sursley.
He is excused.
Excused.
Chaplain Lyle Schmeitzer. Judge Advocate Brad Bowers. 1-year trustee Ray Stone.
You're good. You're good. That's fine.
2-year trustee Dennis Joyner. 3-year trustee Don Bossy. Executive Committee man Ed Posada. Executive Committee man Chuck Howe. Adjutant Tom Powell.
So,
Your comrades in the Disabled American Veterans have great confidence in your moral integrity and your executive ability. Because of that confidence, they have elected or appointed you to your respective offices. Do you accept the office to which you have been elected or appointed?
Yes.
Are you ready to receive the oath of office?
Yes.
Okay. Audience, please stand. Okay. The officers, raise your right hand, say aye, state your full name, and repeat after me. Aye. Upon my word and honor, as a member of the Disabled American Veterans, in the presence of Almighty God, and my comrades, and before the flag of my country, accept the office
accept the office
to which I have been elected or appointed.
to which I have been elected or appointed.
I promise to perform
I promise to perform
the duties of such office
the duties of such office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I pledge to act and conduct myself
I pledge to act and conduct myself
in such a manner
in such a manner
at all times and places
at all times and places
as will only affect
as only affect
the good of the order.
the good of the order.
I promise to enforce and sustain
I promise to enforce and sustain
the Constitution and bylaws
the Constitution and bylaws
of this organization.
of this organization.
When my successor
When my successor
has been duly elected or appointed
has duly elected or appointed
and installed,
and installed,
I promise to surrender
I promise to surrender
to him or her
him or her
all the property of the order
all the property of the order
in my possession,
in my possession,
all of which I now affirm.
all of which I now affirm.
Lower your hands. Upon the promise you have just solemnly made, I now install you in the office to which you have been elected or appointed. I charge you to be earnest, faithful, and devoted, and to remember that our mission as a Disabled American Veterans Organization is not fulfilled until all our country's wartime disabled, their dependents, and survivors have been adequately cared for.
There are a lot of folks out there without which that I could not do anything. I wouldn't be standing here if it were not for the vote of confidence and the support. Like Brad said, I slept in the office there several nights. It was not a fun time, but it was a good time. All of the things that you see here that you don't really recognize are in total through the efforts of the Home Depot Foundation and Rebuilding America. The officials not only provided the labor, but they actually came here and got their hands dirty doing all the things that you see. If I get through this next one, I'll be all right. You'll see 5 flags back from the back of the room. I was asked, why do you have pictures instead of flags? There was a team of about 15 to 20 young people, 18, 20, 25, never had served in a war, never had been in service, but they felt enough devotion to what we do that they wanted to present us. We had on the center of the hall there some little 18 by 20 flags. They took those flags, and even the POW-MIA, all the other service representative flags around the room, and took their time and painted them and presented them to us. I think they're beautiful. Not just what they are, but really whom they represent. Especially this one over here. I lost several friends on the MIA side of that. Their remains still haven't come home. But until they do, I, for one, will stand here and promote the Disabled American Veterans and the POW-MIA flag until they all are accounted for or come home. Our ladies are a big part, a grand part of our military today. It used to be they were just nurses but now they drive tanks, shoot machine guns, fly airplanes, fly helicopters. They're a great, great portion of our armed forces. And we don't want to ever forget that they are.
Amen.
And once again, I would like to say that I appreciate your vote of confidence. And when John calls you and says, hey, forget me not time, it says, forget me not. Don't forget him. Say, yes, John, I'll be there. And when Ed says, hey, bingo Monday night, jump in the car and go to the CLC. There's 25 or 30 guys over there that love to see us come. I mean, they actually enjoy us old codgers coming over there and helping them play bingo. Believe that? It's true. And all the other fundraisers, when we come down here and have somebody parking cars, when we come down here and start painting and cleaning up and all the things that we do here. Oh, and one other thing I'm exceptionally proud of is our granite countertop there in the kitchen. That's $2,500 worth of granite. But it's the best piece of granite in the world because it was free. Home Depot was instrumental. One of their contractors said, I got a piece of granite that'll fit there. He said it was a reject from somewhere. You want to believe that? You can believe it. I don't. Because I saw him take a slab of granite right out there in the parking lot and cut it to fit that counter. I saw him do that. And just untold other things that have happened in here. We used to have smoke heaters hanging from the ceiling there when we used to get smoke in the building. Pete Moritz shed blood getting them things out there. Literally. Up in there unhooking them and bringing them down, making the place look like it should. But we got a first aid kit here. We fixed him up. Kathy, the resident nurse, fixed him right up. And in the past year, I've really enjoyed doing the cooking back there. There was a rumor going around that it was my kitchen. But I quashed that right quick. It's a kitchen that I use. Just can't speak about Home Depot enough because of what they've done here. There was a one Saturday and Friday, what was it, Wednesday and Friday, last week?
Yep.
This month?
Wednesday, Friday.
We had like 75 people here. Can you imagine 75 people in here just doing? And I don't know if you saw that in the program or not, but Chris Umtham, manager at Home Depot in St. Cloud, was supposed to be here tonight. She promised me she would, but then she unexpectedly had a relative come in that had just gotten a huge promotion in her company, and she bowed out. But she'll be here in August. That'll be an excuse for y'all to come back. That is one dynamic lady. She's only about 5'1", 100 pounds sopping wet, but she's a stick of dynamite. Vicki Wilkes. She's a office administrator over at Pepsi. We needed some drinks for the barbecue that we're going to do out at CLC. We're going to have like 200, 300 people out there. I called up Vicki. Well, the first time I called her up, she just jumped right on it. So it hadn't been a month. We're going to have this barbecue at CLC. My email was down, so I got the champion of emails, Lyle. I said, Lyle, can you do this? Yeah, I can do it. He embellished it. Long story short, we asked Vicki for 15 cases of drinks. She said, nah, we're going to do 20. Those of you out here that don't know, if there's a veteran in your community, needs a ramp going into their house, needs their house painted, just make a phone call. Call me. I'll call Home Depot and ask them. Because I know that they're going to respond over and above what you might think, over and above what you might even ask, and not make you feel like you're going up there in the back door, get their leftover scrap. They're going to take you out to the prime lumber, the best stuff. When they came in to do this floor, I know the ladies know that it's not going to take that much wax and sealer to do this floor. they brought 4 times more than what it would take to do it. Guess what they did with it? Put it out there in our storeroom. You're going to have to do that again one day. So now you're ready. It's just really amazing to me the things that can happen with a group of guys and ladies just barely make an effort on your part, and the community just responds 100-fold more than what you ever think they would.
Well, I'm not really prepared. My good friend Diane put my name in here as a speaker, so that was an okie dokie for me. So not only am I wearing my good clothes, I'd like to welcome our 2nd Junior Vice Commander, Debbie Parker. Would you like to stand up? We've been waiting for her for years. Finally, she's on our line. We're happy you're there. And her wonderful husband, who is now on the state DAV line. Kudos. I have new officers I'd like to introduce. Usually, we have about 270 members, 260 members. We have a core group that comes every month. There's about 10 of us who make up our auxiliary. So we do all we can. We take the offices every year just so we can stay in business. We like being a part of what's going on here. Some of us we've got VAVS, Diane's our state treasurer, our adjutant. I know, she's our unit treasurer. She's shaking her head back there at me. She's our unit treasurer, so she wears multiple hats here. Gloria, Evelyn, Joanne, Violet, Kathy, our adjutant. I thank all of you for taking chairs. And Urania, can't forget my good friend Urania, my children's adopted grandmother, my grandchildren's grandmother. But I just thank you all for coming tonight, and we appreciate you coming out, and we hope to see you every month. There's a meal here every month. Some might just be sandwiches, but they'll be fresh. And we have our bingo at 5 o'clock. It's a cheap bingo, but you win 50%. Yes, sir?
Is the food always this good?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
pretty much. Skinny people can't cook. It's not that he's chunky like I am, but he.
I haven't missed a meal in a while.
We like to cook, yeah. So we cook, and one way or another, it gets on the table. But come down, and we'll find something for you to eat. All right? Good night, everyone.